In the NBA, the Miami Heat just won their 27th consecutive game. They defeated the Orlando Magic 108-94 and have now opened up a 12.5 game lead over the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference. They long ago clinched a playoff spot and are now closing in on the record winning streak that was made by the Los Angeles Lakers in the 1971-1972 NBA season. Let's look at some vocabulary. Consecutive. Consecutive means in a row. So if we say that the Miami Heat have their 27th consecutive win, that means they've played 27 games and they've won all 27 games. So you go back for the last 27 games that the Miami Heat have played, and they have won all of those games. They have won 27 consecutive games. Open up. Open up means to build something over time. Now, the NBA season is a long season. They play for several months, and so they have a 12.5 game lead, but it didn't just happen in one day or 1 week or 1 month. It happened over the course of the season. So they have opened up a 12.5 game lead. That means over the season they have built up this 12.5 game lead over the Indiana Pacers. Clinch. To clinch something means you have assured yourself of something. So the Miami Heat are going to go to the playoffs. Even if the Heat lose the rest of their games, they will still go to the playoffs. They have won enough games. So they have clinched a playoff spot. Playoff spot. At the end of the season, the top 8 teams in the East and the top 8 teams in the West will play in the playoffs to determine the NBA championship. So the 8 playoff spots in the East will be the top 8 teams in the East. Right now, the top being the Miami Heat. So a playoff spot means that you have earned one of those places in the playoffs at the end of the season. To close in. To close in means you are getting near a goal. You're getting close to something. So in this case, the Los Angeles Lakers won 33 consecutive games in the 1971-1972 season. The Heat are closing in on that. That means they are getting closer and closer to that goal of 33 consecutive wins that were made by the Los Angeles Lakers. Record. Record means you've done something better, higher, greater than anything that has been done before. So this would be an NBA record if they can get to 33. The NBA record for consecutive wins is 33, held by the LA Lakers. There are many records for many things. You can have league records, you can have national records, you can have world records, you can have school records. If you've done something better, higher than anything else before, you have a record. Winning streak. Winning streak is the number of games you win in a row, or the number of consecutive games that you have. So right now, the Miami Heat winning streak is 27 games. If they win their next game, their winning streak will be up to 28 games. So this is the winning streak that the Heat are on. Let's practice. In the 1990s, the Chicago Bulls won 3 championships twice. Well, in the 1990s, the Chicago Bulls won 3. Well, if they won 3 in a row, it would be 3 consecutive championships. And they did it 2 times, if you remember. Before Michael Jordan's short time playing baseball, they won 3. And then after he came back from playing baseball, they won 3. Number 2, and I'm a little biased here because I am a Celtics fan, but will the Celtics next week, of course, all the Celtics right now are in 7th place in the East, so they're in the top 8. So all of the teams in the NBA want to make it into the playoffs, so they want a playoff spot. So to get into the playoffs, they want to clinch a playoff spot. The Miami Heat, the Indiana Pacers, the Brooklyn Nets, among other teams, have already clinched playoff spots. The world for the marathon is 2 hours, 3 minutes, 38 seconds. Well, remember the marathon is 42.195 kilometers. And one man from Africa has run it in 2 hours, 3 minutes, 38 seconds. That's the fastest marathon in the history of the world. So that is a world record. This has been an installment of News English. 如果你还有英文问题，你可以上 Facebook 台中新英格兰美语，你也可以看 YouTube TCNE English。如果你在台中找英文老师，你可以在 Facebook 跟我联络。谢谢你收看。